Hello everyone, I hope you are doing well and having a great Saturday night. Tonight we're going to be talking about the snow event for the Northeast that'll occur really tonight through tomorrow on Sunday, and then that'll be just a kind of a quick hitting clipper system that'll move through and deliver some snow into parts of the Northeast United States. And then for the second half, or really most of the video, we'll be talking about our systems that will come through the U.S. the kind of into early next week and then the middle of next week, and then we'll look at our medium to long range pattern and just see what we really need to watch for that time period. So let's go ahead and get started with tonight's update. So now looking at the 18Z GFS for our snow event for tonight into tomorrow on Sunday. And so as of right now, we do have some snow falling into portions of New York State, even into Vermont, and maybe even portions of Massachusetts. And then by tomorrow, or not tomorrow, but late tonight into tomorrow, you could have snow falling into portions of New York State, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut. And then by tomorrow morning, early tomorrow morning, you have some pretty heavy snow falling into Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire, New York, even into Massachusetts here. And then going forward into tomorrow midday, you have some more snow behind that, and even some rain mixing in into some of these areas. And really to the south of the heaviest snow, most of these areas could see rain only, but there is that little bit of a possibility of more snow behind that rain as well, as shown right here. And then again, as that system continues to move to the kind of eastward, you're going to have some snow filtering in behind that, and then that will pretty much taper off late tomorrow night into early on Monday. And now looking at the 48-hour snowfall accumulations, and this is from really starting tonight and then ending on Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And even though this does go through Monday night, the snow will really again taper off by late tomorrow night. So as you can see here, at least 6, 7, even 8 and 9 inches possible of snow forecast into portions of New York State, and then even into Massachusetts. Some areas could see a couple of inches there, and then even into Connecticut and Rhode Island, even maybe I would say a tenth of an inch to a quarter of an inch, just a little dusting of snow possible there. And then into Vermont, New Hampshire, 4, 5, 6, maybe even 7 inches possible in some areas into the states. And then into Maine, really just widespread 2, 3, and even 4 inches possible in some areas, really tonight throughout tomorrow and late tomorrow night. And now switching more to the medium and long range here. And so first starting off with the 18Z GFS right here. And so as you can see, here's our low pressure for our upcoming systems, or really system and then systems, including the one to the south. And so this low pressure will continue to move kind of to the southeast and start to deliver some snow to some areas into the northwest and north central United States sometime maybe early tomorrow on Sunday. And then this system will continue to move kind of to the southeast and amplify just a little bit, and then we'll go back here. So this is Monday morning, and you could have some snow again into even the Dakotas and northern Minnesota, Montana, Wyoming, into those areas. And then you're going to have to watch this kind of area maybe a little bit tomorrow night, just for that maybe a little bit of a severe weather threat, but not much for that southern energy here. And then getting into Monday, you have that rain into quite a bit of the eastern U.S. and some rain down here, maybe some thunderstorms there. But again, I do not think there will be much of a severe weather threat with this. But that system moves out really early on Tuesday, and then you could even see some snow into portions of the northeast, but most of that will actually be rain, just because of the warm temperatures that'll be out ahead of this system. And then you'll have our other kind of piece of energy to the south start to really get its act together sometime Tuesday, and this will head up into the eastern U.S., and then you'll have to watch out for maybe another little severe weather threat in the kind of southern United States, but more really kind of into the deep south. And then by midday Tuesday, here's how that would look with our kind of system, our other low pressure way up here, and then our other energy here. And then that will continue on into Tuesday night and really be a rain event for much of the eastern U.S. Just maybe a little bit of snow looking kind of into these areas. And then that will continue on. And again, you could see a little bit of a severe weather threat with this, but you'll definitely have to watch for maybe just a minor flooding event, just because of all the rain that'll fall in these areas over the next, or not over the next, but over the couple of days that these systems move through. So that'll be something to watch as well. And then again, that will continue on to the east, and then by Wednesday morning you do have some snow maybe on the far western side of the system kind of moving in, and you'll have that cold air behind that as well. And then maybe even some heavy snow falling into portions of the northeast, maybe sometime Wednesday night. But again, it's just kind of hard to pinpoint all the fine details at this time, just because this is changing still quite a bit. But we can't really look at snowfall totals, just because it is a little far out, and we'll have to get a little closer to that. But I do think we'll have some snow and some lake effect snow that'll start as a result of the system passing through. And then, as you can see on the western side of that system, late Wednesday night to early Thursday, you could have some pretty heavy snow falling there, even into the northeast and Canada as well. And that system kind of gains a negative tilt and moves on out and up into really to the north or northward by Thursday. And again, some snow could fall behind that. And finally, that system leaves again sometime on Thursday, and you'll have that cold air that filters in behind that system. And now looking at the 48-hour snowfall accumulation, and again, this goes through Monday at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. And again, this is the north central United States. And so for even eastern Montana, some areas could see maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow in some isolated areas, but most of the eastern part of the state could see a dusting of snow. And then even into northern Wyoming, you have an area, kind of this isolated area here into southern Montana, northern Wyoming, getting around 6 or 7 inches of snow. And then even into northern North Dakota, you have some areas here as well getting maybe an inch or two. And then really a dusting of snow is possible throughout most of North Dakota, and then a little bit is possible in South Dakota as well. And then looking into northern Minnesota as well, some areas could see 7, 8, and 9 inches of snow, and you'll have a kind of a sharp cutoff between just a couple of inches and 6, 7, 8, and 9 inches, and even into the really northernmost areas of the state could see the most snow, and areas farther to the south could see just a dusting of snow, but mainly the extreme northern part of the state could see the most snow. And now switching to more of our long range pattern here, and so looking first at the 6 to 10 day temperature outlook and 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, and almost, or really the entire U.S. except for some areas of the southeast could see above average temperatures from the 13th of December through the 17th of December. And then looking at the 6 to 10 day precipitation outlook, you could have above average precipitation into the central U.S. and the northwestern U.S. and below average into portions of the southwestern U.S. and then above average precipitation into portions of the southern Florida peninsula there. And then looking at the 8 to 14 precipitation outlook, you will have above average precipitation in the northwestern U.S. and then into portions of the northeastern U.S. and Great Lakes region. You'll have above average precipitation there, as well as portions of the south central United States, and then below average precipitation into portions of the central and southwestern United States. And then looking at the 3 to 4 week outlook here, and so you'll have above average temperatures into portions of the northeastern U.S. and then above average temperatures in the western U.S. And then for the precipitation outlook, you'll have above average precipitation into the northeastern and northwestern U.S. with below average precipitation expected into the southwestern United States. And that is again for the 3 to 4 week outlook. So again, looking at the long range pattern here and looking at the EPS ensembles, and this is the 12Z run. And so looking here at really now, and so you have some troughing into the northeast United States, and then over the next couple of days you'll have that system that'll move in, and here is the trough and system that'll move through into Tuesday and Wednesday, and that'll be our main system we'll be talking about. And so that'll move through and finally kind of lift, and that troughing will lift later next week, and really by Thursday and Friday that trough has basically exited the United States, and then you'll have ridging that'll build into the eastern U.S. and that'll promote those above average temperatures in these areas, as well as just some kind of subtle troughing into the northwestern United States, and that'll still promote above average temperatures into these areas. And then as you go kind of farther into the pattern, you'll have basically just a zonal flow throughout much of the continental United States, and there won't be really much of a chance of anyone getting below average temperatures, just because you don't have really extreme troughing into any of the areas to the west or to the eastern United States. You'll just have this sort of zonal flow. And then towards the very end of the run, there is some signal for troughing there, but it just gets so unreliable at that point. You just can't really forecast what at that range. But just looking at the GEFS ensembles here as well, same thing pretty much. Here's our system midweek, exits later next week. Then you have ridging that builds into the northeast or eastern U.S., and then much of the United States there. And then again, kind of shows a little bit of troughing late into the run there. But again, that is just way far out and is unreliable at this time. But really, that'll be our pattern for the next really week to kind of week and a half. You'll just have sort of zonal flow after that cold air exits later this week, and you'll have above average temperatures into much of the continental United States. So that's going to be it for tonight's update. I really do appreciate all of y'all watching. I will try to make another video maybe early to the middle of next week, but I cannot guarantee that. I'll try my best though to get one out, just because we'll kind of get into a more active period. But again, I really do appreciate all of y'all watching, and I hope y'all have a great rest of y'all's Saturday night.